So let's start our chapter. So now the first topic is about the development path of India, Pakistan, and China. All the three countries started their development path at the same time. India and Pakistan got independence in 1947 and People's Republic of China was established in 1949. All the three countries had started planning their development strategies in similar ways. India announced its 5 year plan in 1951, Pakistan announced in 1956, and China in 1953. Third, India and Pakistan adopted similar strategies, such as creating large public sector and raising public expenditure on social development. Next, both India and Pakistan have adopted mixed economy model, but China has adopted command economy model of economic growth. Next, till 1990, all the three countries had similar growth rates and per capita income. Last, economic reforms were implemented in China in 1978, in Pakistan in 1988, and in India in 1991. Now, after that, we are going to discuss the comparison between the development strategies of all the three countries, that is India, Pakistan, and China. And before I begin to the explanation, I would like to tell you to please open your NCERT textbook so that you can underline the points, as making notes will definitely help you at the time of revision, as well as this particular topic is very important from the examination point of view, so I want you to make notes. So now let's see about China first. After the establishment of People's Republic of China under one party rule, all the critical sectors of the economy, enterprise and land owned and operated by individuals were brought under government control. Second, a program named the Great Leap Forward GLF campaign was initiated in 1958, which aimed at industrializing the country on a massive scale. Under this program, people were encouraged to set up industries in their backyards. Third, 1965, Mao Zedong introduced the Great Proletarian Cultural Revolution 1966 to 1976, under which students and professionals were sent to work and learn from the countryside, that is the rural areas. Next, in rural areas, commune system was started under which people collectively cultivated lands. Reforms were introduced in China in this phase. Next, in the initial phase, reforms were initiated in agriculture, foreign trade and investment sector. In the later phase, reforms were initiated in the industrial sector also. Next, the reforms process also involved dual pricing. This means fixing the prices in two ways. Farmers and industrial units were required to buy and sell fixed quantities of raw material and products on the basis of fixed price by the government, and rest were purchased and sold at the market price. Last, in order to attract foreign investors, special economic zones were set up. SEZ is a geographical region that economic laws different from countries' typical economic laws. Usually, the goal is to increase the foreign investment. So, this was all about China. Now, in the next slide, we are going to discuss about Pakistan. Pakistan followed the mixed economy model with coexistence of public and private sector. Pakistan introduced tariff protection for manufacturing of consumer goods together with direct import controls on competing imports. Third, the introduction of Green Revolution and increase in public investment in infrastructure in select areas led to a rise in the production of food grains. Next, in 1970s, capital goods industries were nationalized. Next, in 1988, structural reforms were established and implemented. Major thrust areas were denationalization and encouragement to private sector. Next, Pakistan also received financial support from Western nations. Now, let's talk about India. After independence, India has adopted mixed economy as economic developmental strategies. Both public and private sector coexist side by side. In order to achieve rapid economic growth, planned development economy was introduced. Now, let's talk about the economic development strategy after independence. Both public and private sector were allowed to carry business activities. Public sector was allotted activities like coal mining, steel, power, roads, etc., whereas private sector was allotted to establish industries subject to control and regulation in the form of law. Next, public sector was given major push by the government. Maximum revenues in this sector was invented and which increased from 81.1 crore rupees in first 5-year plan 1951 to 1956 to rupees 34,206 crore in fifth 5-year plan, that is 1992 to 1997. Next, public sector was given importance in order to eliminate poverty, unemployment, etc. Now, let's talk about a comparative study between India, China, and Pakistan. First is demographic indicators. The population of Pakistan is very small and accounts for roughly about one tenth of China's and India. Though China is the largest nation geographically among the three, its density is the lowest. Next, population growth is the highest in Pakistan, followed by India and China. One child norm, which was introduced in China in the late 1970s, is the major reason for low population growth. But this measure leads to decline in the sex ratio, that is, the proportion of females per thousand males. Next, the sex ratio is low and biased against females in all the three countries. There is strong son preference prevailing in all these three countries. Next, the fertility rate is low in China and very high in Pakistan. Last, urbanization is high in both China and Pakistan, with India having 28% of its people living in urban areas. Now, the another indicator is human development indicator. First, in most areas of human development, China has performed better than India and Pakistan. This is true for many indicators: per capita GDP or proportion of population below poverty line, health indicators such as mortality rates, access to sanitation, literacy, life expectancy, or malnourishment, etc. Pakistan is ahead of India in reducing proportion of people below the poverty line and also its performance in transferring labor force from agricultural sector to industrial sector and access to water is better than India. Now, contrary to it, India is ahead of Pakistan in educational sector and providing health facilities. India and Pakistan are ahead of China in providing improved water resources. Now, after that, let's discuss the conclusion. First, about India. India performed moderately as is clear from first majority of its people still depend on agriculture. Infrastructure is lacking in many parts of the country, and last, it is yet to raise the level of living for more than 22% of its population that lives below the poverty line. Second, it's about Pakistan. Pakistan has performed poorly. The reason for the slowdown of growth and re-emergence of poverty in Pakistan economy are: first, political instability; second, violate performance of agriculture sector; third, over dependence on remittances; fourth, growing dependence of foreign loan on the one hand and increasing difficulty in paying back the loans on the other. Now, the last slide is about China. China has performed comparatively the best as is clear from first, success in raising the level of growth along with the elevation of poverty. Second, it is used the market mechanism to create additional social and economic opportunities without political commitment. Next, by retaining collective ownership of land and allowing individuals to cultivate lands, China has ensured social security in rural areas. Last but not the least, public intervention is providing social infrastructure has brought about positive results in human development indicator in China. So guys, this was all about this chapter. Make sure you have your NCERT open so that you can underline the points as I have told you earlier. And now, if you have any question, comment down in the comment section. And now it's time for your reward question. Today's question is: how will you prove that human development is more progressed in China than in India or Pakistan? All you have to do is to just comment down your answer and the perfect answer will be rewarded by us. So don't waste your time guys, comment your answers right now. I will be back with my another videos. Till then, thank you everyone.